Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mahua. Today's video is going to be very interesting because I'm going to be talking about post-grad depression and post-grad blues, obviously incorporated with my New York City vlog content. But I feel like this is such a serious topic, especially because now is around the time when it's a month or two after graduation. A lot of people are kind of in that time period where school is going to start soon, but they're not going to school anymore. And I graduated with my master's last year, and the period that I had after graduation was so rough and so lonely. So I wish I had a video like this back then. This is something that no one prepares you for, right? A lot of people hear the term post-grad depression. They think that it's never gonna hit them until it does hit them, and they just don't know how to get out of it, right? So how I was feeling last year after I graduated, I was feeling just so confused. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I felt so young but also so old. I felt like everyone around me had things figured out and I didn't. I also had no schedule, so I was kind of waking up whenever I wanted. The days started blurring together, and I just like didn't feel like I had a sense of purpose anymore. I didn't have an identity anymore, and it was just a very hard period. I wouldn't say that I had post-grad depression because I feel like depression is very heavy and a lot of people can't function because the depression is so paralyzing. I think I had more of like a blues, and it was getting there, but it wasn't as bad. But it was very rough to get out of it. I obviously did get myself out of it, but it took many months and a lot of self-discovery, a lot of different tactics that I had to implement to really get out of it. So I'm gonna kind of talk about some of the things that I did to get out of that period in my life. And obviously post-grad blues or depression, it doesn't always happen during this transition in your life. After graduation, it can be, you know, during a lot of other points in your life where you can just feel behind, you know, when you compare yourself to other people your age or you see people on social media. If you are feeling like this, if you are feeling lost, if you are feeling uncertain, hopefully this video will be helpful. Obviously for this comfy little topic, I'm wearing my nightie because why not? It's a rainy day in New York, so I have to just feel the part, look the part, since we are talking about something so much more personal. Before we get started, obviously follow me on my Instagram and TikTok where I post every single day. It's at @LabyrinthAv. Also make sure to like and subscribe because why not? I post every single day via shorts, and I post every week new videos, so you will get content every day whether you like it or not. Alright, so the first tip I have to get out of this post-grad depression. A lot of the times we think that we're alone in this. We think that no one else is feeling like this. We have to feel these feelings by ourselves. It's obviously important to have time alone and think about what you're going through before you consult other people, but it's also important to know that there are other people out there for you if you do need that help. We think that we are the only ones that are left behind. We think that we're the only ones that aren't able to accomplish things after graduation. We think that we're the only ones that are lost, but really there are so many other people in the same path as you, right? Especially the people that you've grown up with or the people that you've graduated with. They're probably also feeling the same thing because usually the people that you go to school with, they graduate around the same time, and it might seem like they have their life together on social media, but really a lot of us are confused. A lot of people are confused through their 20s, through their 30s. I'm winging it every single day of my life too. So it's very important to lean on your friends and lean on loved ones during this time and just talk to them about this transition. Transitions are necessary. It might be hard, it might be confusing, but it is important to grow, right?
He's still here.
How crazy is it that we went to school here? We fully graduated.
Oh no, the building was
from here. Fully graduated from here. Spent 4+, well, I spent 5+ years here, and now we're adulting.
We're back,
and we're back.
Better than ever.
Moment where we're to the Met, like
Yes,
full
we are.
adults in all
Look
black.
at us. Oh yeah, that's
Crazy. This is your time to shine and find new friends that are more like you. This really pushes you to find friends out of your comfort zone and in your adult years. And also, this is a great time to think about going to therapy. I started therapy last year right around the time I finished my master's, and it was a great thing to have during this transition because I was able to talk through it, and it made things feel a lot less taboo, and I didn't feel stupid as much for feeling the way that I did, because I think some of us are so hard on ourselves when we do feel like this that we blame ourselves. And another reminder, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to talk through your feelings. You're not weak for doing that. So that's just a reminder if you do feel like that. Another thing that I recommend when you are feeling like you're in a slump and you have these post-grad blues is to schedule hobbies and things outside of school that make you feel excited, that make you feel young again, that you didn't really have the time to do before when you were in school and when school was really consuming your life. This is really the time to discover yourself, your interests, discover your life, see who your true friends are, and just experience life in a completely different way. This segment of the video is sponsored by my friends at Pier. Something that helped me get out of the post-grad blues that was difficult at first was confront who I was without school. What were my hobbies and interests beyond school, and what can I finally spend all my free time with? School took up such a big part of my life, and it was so hard to have an identity outside of just being a student. I never had time to travel before because I went into grad school right after getting my bachelor's early, so I made sure to schedule in time to do things that excited me now that I've graduated. I filled up my calendar with new things, and Papier has a section in their journals where you can not only track your weekly moods, but you can also keep track of your daily schedules. Not having a solid school structure after 17 plus years of being in school, your days sometimes blur together because you don't have much to do. The time blocking trick is a great visual tool to track your day and have things to look forward to instead of just staying in bed all day. Something new I tried this year to fill up my free time and finally take care of my health was take different workout classes. So in my schedule, I added in yoga, Pilates, and even dance, and it's so important to still learn new things even if you're not in school anymore. This journal feature lets you get into your routine and look forward to the next day. You can write your monthly personal goals, which are just as important as academic goals too. Also, I don't know what it is, but just having so many different colored pens and different journal features just make me feel more inspired and excited to just like write. We're just really trying to free our inner child after all. I especially love the section here that prompts you to take some time to write about what you're grateful for, because I feel like it's so hard to be appreciative in your day-to-day life because other things are more important. After having more time in post-grad life, I also got more into cooking. There's a section in the journal that also allows you to write down new recipes on the back, so obviously I had to write down one of my mom's recipes. Remember that this transition in your life doesn't last forever, and you are more than just school and grades. And I'm so glad that mental health and productivity tools like Papier exist. Thank you so much to Papier again for sponsoring this part of the video. So another thing about the post-grad blues, post-grad depression is that you feel like your life is purposeless, directionless, all the words that end with less, right? You feel like you have no purpose in life, no fulfillment in life. So what do you do in this time, right? I think when we are in school and we're in this academic background, our livelihood is put onto grades and our worth is put onto other people and other things, and we're not really focusing on ourselves as much. So when you are done with it, you feel like you have no purpose in life because you don't know your life outside of school. What was really important for me after I graduated was to think about how I could make an impact and do things outside of me to help the world or help my community or help in a small way where I felt like I was fulfilling a purpose, where I felt like I had reason to live, even though that sounds so dramatic, where I was contributing in a good way, right? That could mean volunteering in your local soup kitchen. It could mean dog walking. There are apps where you can literally dog walk and get paid for it if you'd like, or just do it for free because you love dogs. And there are so many great ways to volunteer your time to just support the world. Something that I started doing recently was I started a scholarship for students in Bangladesh. You know, with my platform and with the money that I have, why would I not try to help students in Bangladesh with their education and keep them in school instead of allowing them to become child laborers, you know? And that makes me feel so fulfilled and grateful to live. There are also so many other great things. Since I have my master's in teaching, I can also tutor for fun on the weekends, you know, without even getting paid. You can do big sister, big brother programs. That's also something that my therapist recommended. You know, you feel like you have some sense of purpose when you are associated with other people that you're helping, you know. That's why so many people also get pets around this time, because they know that they have to sustain this human or this living being, right? During this new transition in your life is to really sit down, reflect, and think about what your next step is going to be. I feel like a lot of people, when they are feeling lonely and depressed and they don't know what to do, their next option is to go to school again. Let me go back to school to get another degree, to fill up my time and get a job hopefully in the future. And that could be a good alternative for you too. You might want to go back to school and get something completely different or something in the same bracket. But a lot of people do that because they don't see any other option beyond the school that they were already in. So think about what you actually want to do in the future. This is a great time to really write down maybe like your 1-year plan or your 5-year plan. Where do you see yourself? Think about, do you want to go back to school, or can you just find a cheaper class that can fulfill that itch or the credits that you want to fulfill? Or is there another alternative like a boot camp, or just not going back to school at all and just networking? Is this a time period where you start job hunting and you really narrow down onto what you want to do after having this big degree, right? Because obviously having a biology degree is so vast. There are so many different opportunities within that degree. Maybe this is the time for you to really niche down onto what you want to do. So again, this time is really for exploration. It's for realizing that you're still young no matter what age you are, and you should have the time to think about what you want to do for the rest of your life, or even temporarily. Don't rush into things just because you feel like that's what you need to do. I remember when I graduated early from undergrad, and I thought right away I had to go into my master's, get this degree, and graduate before age 23, which is such a wild thing. And even then I got a 4.0 when I did my master's. So I really like went hard in school just because I felt like that was a path that I needed to go on. And now I'm not even using my degrees in a traditional job. So it might sound overwhelming to think about what you want to do for the rest of your life and to soul search, but it is so important to do that because it sets you up for success, and you're not feeling as confused later on when you have things more figured out earlier on. But anyways, that is the end to this video. Please let me know if any of these tips have helped. These things have really helped me when I was going through this last year for so many months, and I had to do a lot of soul searching. I had to go to therapy. I had to find my true friends that I could talk to about these serious things and also not serious things. I traveled a lot during this time to congratulate myself for working so hard and going through all of that school at such a young age. Make sure to really celebrate, make sure to really take in your wins instead of trying to just move on to the next big thing, because I feel like a lot of us look forward to graduation, especially children of immigrants. They look forward to this big accolade, which is graduation, and then they feel like that's the peak of their life and it's all downhill from there. But that's not the right way of looking at things, because there are so many other successes in your life that you will have, and you just have to look forward to it, you know? And it's important to be excited about life again and about your accomplishments again. So just try to reframe your mindset. But please comment down below if this video was helpful, and if you've also felt this way when you graduated high school or college. Make sure to like and subscribe so you can really be a part of this family forever and just have weekly videos. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram and TikTok at LabyrinthAv. I also have a podcast with my partner. It's called Difficultish, where you can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all streaming platforms. We talk every single week about just nonsense and South Asian narratives. I also have a website with all of my art and apparel. It's labyrinthav.com. You can browse on there if you'd like. I just came out with a new collection. But thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week.